Welcome to another edition of Ego on Break. I'm your host, Jay Andrews, and always, Mississippi Madman sitting over to my left.
Logan Creed.
Yeah, Logan Creed, there you go. So, this is a week or so late, but we do owe you a dun-dun-dun almost chocolate pie in the face.
Sorry, they didn't have chocolate. So
Lemon meringue, you get a little yellow pie. So,
I get white cream on my face, so that's plenty.
We won't go there, but yeah. So we're gonna talk about how he lost the Royal Rumble and
I didn't lose.
Some other wrestling related things, and then at the end of the video, pie. In the words of The Rock, pie.
I wish it was that guy.
Lemon meringue pie.
Yeah, at least it ain't strudel.
So you want to tell the folks how you lost the bet?
Well, actually, I kind of voted for Raw because, you voted SmackDown, but I really wanted to pick Raw because I really thought they were going to pick Reigns.
Right.
And it come down to Reigns and Nakamura. And because they've been talking about Reigns versus Brock 2 at WrestleMania for God, I don't know how long.
I know I didn't watch it, so I was just like checking out those, the things
I
people
wrote
put
you
on.
as soon as it happened.
I saw somebody said, well, it's down to the final two, Nakamura and Roman Reigns. I'm like, well, I lost.
I was hoping. I was even sitting there and I asked Daryl, I said, so who do you think's fixing to win? He goes, Roman, of course. I was like, yeah, me too. I was like, thank God I ain't got to take a damn pie. At that time, Nakamura, whoop. I was like, well, ain't that a...
I've got a question. Was Baron Corbin in the Rumble?
Yeah, he wasn't in the Rumble.
See, and that was my pick to win. So,
God, you're an idiot.
Well, that's the only guy. That's the only guy other than AJ I could remember from SmackDown.
Nakamura was like number 3 pick, honestly, to win.
Okay, but get away from what you read on the internet. Did you really think he was going to win?
You know, Las Vegas bets on this crap,
right?
Like he was number 3 in Las Vegas to win. That's why I was like, it was him, Roman, and
deep down, did you think he had a chance to win? No, he didn't.
Well, yeah, in a way, because they've been hyping up the AJ Styles versus him match at Mania. Everybody on SmackDown.
Oh, so if you say everybody on the internet, I'm like,
no, everybody on SmackDown have been talking about all the announcers.
Sadly, our opinions don't count, so
maybe it does.
I guess so. We're getting it.
They're doing it.
Well, somebody said
if he maintains the belt till then.
Yeah, somebody was like, "Oh, well, the Smarks got their match now. Let's give the real fans what they want to see."
You had 2 Asian people won the Battle Royals.
Yeah, which was kind of mind blowing if you think about it. It just shows how far WWE's came to do something like that. So
then, to me, I just didn't like how they brought what's her name out at the very end.
Well, and I know a lot of people were fussing about that.
It took away the spotlight.
Yeah, I've said it before.
They're like, look what all these 30 women did, but it really doesn't matter. Look at this MMA chick. She's coming out to the ring now.
Right, but that MMA chick got a lot of outside wrestling people to see it.
But that's on pay-per-view. If she come out on Raw...
No, I'm just saying, see the picture. Like, the picture's her with him in the background with her pointing at WrestleMania for a picture. It's out there for a reason, though. Like, WWE's not doing things by accident. Like, they knew what they were doing by sending her out there, that they were going to get a lot of buzz. Same reason they're going with the rowdy Ronda is just simply because they know the internet's going to blow up about it, and they're going to get a bunch of feedback off of it.
Piper giving her permission to use that years ago.
Yeah, but again, how many people on the internet have you seen fussing about it? They disrespected Ronnie
Piper. They didn't know what the hell they were talking about. All you had to do was pull it up, and it was right there.
So I think it's going to be, I think they knew what they were doing, and they sent her out there. The same reason they got all the women on Twitter fussing about her being there. You think they're fussing in real life? No, they're being told to fuss.
They would have got more reaction on Raw because more people would turn on Raw to see
what happens.
Not everybody has the
network. I still feel like a lot of people turned on Raw to see what
MMA people would have turned on Raw to watch it. You're an ass. That is so gonna suck.
It's kind of spongy. You probably bought the wrong pie. It's gonna suck for you. But I watched Impact this week.
It's gonna be an Impact, all right.
It's a good play on words. So,
God damn it. So, and everybody told me, he hit me in the face, don't just cut the camera off. They wanted to just see the reaction because he laughed for like 10 more minutes after he hit me the last time.
This one's probably not going to be as funny.
You want to bet?
But I watched Impact, and, they've started the new reign. Like, they got rid of the 6-sided ring.
Yeah, I was glad of that. I hate that ring.
They got rid of the green, and they're back to the blue, and I don't know if necessarily, like, they had switched, like, colors. Like, the ropes were in green.
Oh, okay.
Like lime green or whatever. And now they're back to that baby blue. And as much as people on the internet hate it, like they redid the intro package. It's really cool, and they've got the owl on there, and I love that aspect of it. That their mascot's kind of the owl because it's different.
The Hardys made a lot of money off that.
Yeah. So
not in a good way.
I was really looking forward to the owl getting back kind of the mascot of sorts for.
Quit, asshole.
He doesn't know when he's getting hit. So,
you better let me know. I got to go somewhere after this one. I got a towel.
You may want to put that on.
I don't think I'm doing anything special in my lap.
You may want to put that on now. So,
quit, damn it.
But they kind of started with what I felt like if people were tuning in to see kind of the new change of Impact and what's going to happen. They got a new look. They got a new presentation with the intro. They got a new look with the ring.
Who's their champion?
Well, as of this episode, Austin Aries. And that's probably my biggest fuss.
Really?
That was probably my biggest complaint about it.
I already just got back. I didn't read nothing else.
But they opened the show with Falaba, which is mini Yokozuna.
I like him.
And Matt Sydal. And it was a decent match. Falabala's way better, character worker than people probably give him credit for.
I love the move where he runs and then he rolls across you. That is awesome.
Steamroller! But I saw him do that move, and I was like, I've seen Santa Claus do that to the Grinch.
That was a fat Japanese guy
in Pro Wrestling Ego, so this is kind of fun. But so it's just a different look. People are like, I want to see something different. So when the first person you saw on Impact was Falabala, automatically you go, okay, this isn't WWE. You know what I mean?
I agree.
So I thought it was well played. Now it wasn't as fast paced as maybe they probably should have been.
350 pounds.
That's what I'm saying. Is maybe if you wanted to go for more of that fast pace, let's catch them with a lot of action. You probably had the wrong guy. No. But if you were going for that, we want to show them that this is not what they see. Then he was the perfect guy to put out there.
It was big guy versus little guy.
Yeah, and Kiera Hogan defeated their women's champion in a non-title match. Their women's champion is like Laurel Von Ness or something like that. And Kiera Hogan, who had been on Ego shows, which that's kind of a way to go, Kiera.
Wasn't she in Canton?
She was in Canton. Yeah, where she wrestled Veronica Fairchild.
Okay.
So go to the YouTube page and watch that, or I guess you're on YouTube. So just scroll down and find Kiera Hogan versus Veronica Fairchild, and let us know how you think about that in the comment section.
That's it.
But so that was really cool for me to say, hey, look, we've had her. She was here just last year for us. So very cool that Kiera was on there. And then, TNA, they're not doing their pay-per-views as pay-per-views, but they're doing them as TV specials, I guess.
Oh, okay.
And they just had Genesis last week.
They had been kind of doing that before.
Last week or the week before.
They broke it into parts. Yeah. That's what they do.
So, but Eli Drake defeated Johnny Impact, John Morrison, Johnny Nitro, Johnny Raw, Johnny Mundo, him and Alberto Del Rio in a cage to become the new champion.
Oh, okay.
So they've got what's the guy, the Master Lock Challenge? Chris Adonis, that's what they call him. Yeah. He's kind of with Eli Drake, so he presented This Is Your Life Rock, but it was the Facts of Life with Eli Drake, and did a little skit with that. And Austin Aries comes out because Eli says he's the greatest man of all time or something. So that brings Austin Aries out. They're all in street clothes, and he challenged him to a match, and then they have a little scrap, and Austin Aries is the new champion. I'm like, why? What was the point of it not even really being a big build-up, a big title match? And I understand they were probably we won't show them anything could happen, which I got that, but what I took from it was hey, this guy that just left 205 just came and beat your champion, and it didn't matter.
But that was kind of like Hogan, Bret Hart, Yokozuna.
Yes, it had that feel. I think years from now...
As soon as you said it, I know where it got stole from.
Years from now, people are not going to be going oh, remember that time Austin Aries won the title? It's going to be like, yeah, remember, that's kind of a crap. You know, like, I don't think they're going to be really putting it over. So
Brett was, go get him for me, brother.
And they never had any, like, it wasn't like they were homies, you know, and had been tagging or something. It was like, oh, clearly I'm going to make Brett look like the small guy because I'm going to come in and show him what a real wrestler does.
A big boot and a leg drop.
Yeah, like, it was horrible.
Yeah. A couple of punches.
And I don't think it's remembered as like, oh, you remember that great match that Yoko and Hogan had, you know?
And didn't he get hit with assault?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it was all BS, you know, so.
Yeah. That was one of the worst manias ever.
It's like one giant marshmallow.
I thought it was good.
Yeah, you probably needed like a, go by the car wash and get sprayed off in the face. So,
oh, damn it.
He's a little gun shy since I smoked him with a cake. I'll do this one like just real easy and just kind of push it up.
Oh, hell, just get it over with.
I'll make you like do like pie suicide, make you smash yourself.
No, I ain't doing that shit.
Do it now! But, you watched any other wrestling? Anything else?
What did I watch? Now I've been reading a little bit about the Ring of Honor it's not Ring of Honor, geez. What's going to happen in Ring?
Yeah, the Bullet Club.
It's technically happening in Ring of Honor and New Japan, but they're doing the Civil War and Bullet Club.
The Bullet Club Civil War. So,
that's got my curiosity up. I want to look into it more. Just having a 10-hour day job, it's kind of hard to do it.
Right.
So I want to check it out more.
Right, I totally agree with that. I think it's going to be a fun angle. I'm really hoping it builds to something big at the All In show. You know, the 10,000 seat arena.
Oh, is that what it's going to be called? Okay.
Well, yeah, it's All In. That's what they're calling it.
Oh, that's cool.
And like they put out little like, you know, ads like we're all in, and each wrestler is appearing.
Have they decided yet?
I don't think it's confirmed, but it's really leaning towards Chicago is where it's going to take place at.
I would say Chicago or Philly. That'd be my pick choices, honestly.
Well, they're like Chicago's just really a centrally located.
Well, that's what I'm saying, but that's like their heavy crowd base too.
Because they're not really looking at like pulling 10,000 from one town, so they're really looking for a lot of fly-ins and that kind of thing. So,
oh, that's cool.
You know, a lot of that had to do with it.
No, I mean, I would agree.
But
I hope they do it. I mean, shit.
Well, I say they're doing it. Whether they get 10,000 is another. But a lot of things I'm seeing is like wrestling fans that are from around the world is kind of like taking into this as like this is our show. It's kind of our way of sticking it to the big company. So like, you know, like we're saving up and we're taking vacation days and that kind of. We're gonna fly in, kind of like they're almost treating it like the independent WrestleMania. You know, like this is kind of like that ECW. You know, first pay-per-view, this is us versus them kind of thing. Like, that's really the way
that's cool.
A lot of fans are looking at it. And I think so, too. And I'm like, if I had the means and the ability to just drop everything and fly to Chicago, like, I'd probably do it as well. Just to kind of go, hey, independent wrestling is alive. It's well, you know, and you can get that alternative to WWE. If you're that fan that goes, I hate WWE, look what they did, look at this and look at that. Like, well, here's your alternative. Like, support this. And quit supporting Vince, you know.
Let me ask you this: is it going to be our pay-per-view? Any ideas?
I haven't heard, but
that'd be smart for it to be.
If not, it's at least it's probably going to be something like you can download or whatever.
Video
you know what I mean?
Demand, yeah.
Or you know.
Well, I sent you one from Wildcats that's coming up, and it's going to be an amazing.
Yeah, it's part of WrestleMania weekend.
And I mean, I like the poster alone. I'm like, I'd never thought that much of Wildcats, but I saw that poster. I was like, I'd go to this.
Well, you know, Wildcats is, you know, I'm not gonna say it's the WWE of the South,
it's just,
but it's the WWE of the South. Like,
but nothing they'd ever put out made me just want to go. I want to go to a show.
Right, like they're definitely the Ring of Honor of our you know, of our place.
Yeah,
I mean they're that little engine that could, you know, from a Southern independent. You know, they're getting. You know, like, they're going to Georgia, you know, and running an event. They're going back to Philadelphia, and they've run California, like, you know.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I was just impressed by the flyer. The flyer alone made me want to go.
For sure. So, way to go, Luke Hawks. You know, you guys are working hard. You know, you know, Luke's been on, you know, a show of ours, and several of the Wildcats guys have been, you know.
Out of all the wrestlers, you know which one made me want to go on the flyer?
Matanza. Yep. Jeff Cobb.
I love watching a dude wrestle, man. I always wanted to get him and John Davis.
That could be fun.
That'd be an amazing match. Stiff as hell.
You know, he's going to be in Tennessee. Jeff Cobb.
Cobb, really?
Yep, on an event. I just saw it this morning.
Sweet.
So I guess he's kind of While he's down,
Maybe
he's probably going to make a
venturing down
round,
this
you know.
way. I don't know where he's from. Do you?
California.
Ooh,
Yep.
Yeah, that's a nice expensive plane ticket.
Yeah, right. So it's not like it's, hey, I'm going to jump in the car and drive down.
Yeah. Okay.
But speaking of California and Matanza, Brian Cage signed with TNA, and they put up a little video kind of hyping him. They never said who he was, but I mean, if you know who he is,
I am the machine known as Cage, even though that's not a machine.
Yeah.
What?
Well, it's
Still
all
one of the
about
dumbest lines ever.
Well, it's all about what we can own and what we can't own. You know, you probably wouldn't let
know.
them own Brian Cage, so.
I just didn't get it. I'm a machine known as Cage.
And what's so crazy is, like, he was under developmental for WWE for a while.
That's not a machine.
And
really?
Yeah, and like, okay, sorry, you don't have it. And I'm like,
one of the best jacked built guys that I've ever seen do the stuff he does.
Right. I think he was too cruiserweight for him. Maybe you don't work like a big guy. You never would have seen the bruiser do this.
Yeah, well,
You never see the bruiser muscles either.
It's not 1984, and you don't work a bear hug
Right.
match no more either.
We're talking about your favorite wrestlers.
What are you talking about?
So,
Mark Henry?
yeah, bear hug. You have any moments from WarPATH? You were at the WarPATH event. Anything that you thought was like, hey, go out of your way to see this?
Ray Fury versus Monty.
Yeah.
That was definitely my match of the night. The 6-man was very hard to watch because it was all over the place
Right.
and 6 people all together. It was a good match. Just
hard
hard
to
to
keep up
watch,
with.
hard to see.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm standing there and I couldn't tell you all what the hell happened.
Right. There's just so much going on at one time.
But I mean, it was so emotional that y'all made fans cry, and I mean bawl.
Way to go, fans!
Tears,
Thank you for being emotionally connected.
hugging man hugs, and it was just.
Yeah, I don't
it was
think
very
anybody
emotional.
saw it. I think the stipulation was, if the Boot Boys beat the Path of Nightmares, they win the tag team titles, and if Path of Nightmares
Don't you know in real life the good guys always win?
yeah. So we kind of threw a curveball, and it's one of the things, like, I can't wait to see how things develop and how the guys recreate themselves now that they can't be Boot Boys.
But now who's going to take on the Path of Nightmares and take them out?
It's a good question.
It's a damn good question.
It's definitely we say you hear opportunity knocks.
Yeah.
Well, it's knocking. So
Let's talk about no damn Mormons. So,
you know what?
Mormons.
Oh,
They'll be knocking.
oh, I got you. Wait,
Yeah, that joke went way over your head.
So I don't know, man. Like, the event was really good. It's first time there. We had a decent little crowd, and
You got beat up.
unfortunately, don't you love when things just don't go the way you have planned? So yeah, I coughed all over the pie, so it's gonna be real good now.
Fucked up.
So if you want to see him skip next week because he's sick,
I was
get
sick
ready.
2 days ago. I just got over it. But
Oh, that came out on.
it comes out on you. I ain't saying nothing. I bought the thing.
Thing.
Yeah, if y'all don't know, that part of this bit is you have to buy your own pie.
Buy
that's
your own
getting
punishment.
smashed in your face.
It's gonna suck.
So yeah.
When it's my turn, I'm gonna come up like something really small.
We're
like,
coming up with a bet next week of what we're betting on because the Elimination Chamber's coming up. Here's the thing: I want to figure out who's all going to be in there, and then we'll bet from there.
I bet on the winner.
Yeah, evidently you do.
And I took the underdog. I don't think anybody expected SmackDown to win. So,
Like I say, he was number 3. I mean, I say it a lot. It really isn't in Vegas.
but that also says there's 2 other people more likely to win than
that's
him.
true too. I can't remember who the other one was, but
Dolph Ziggler.
no, the Path, it was really good, man.
And our next event coming up is the Broken Path. And if you haven't noticed, there's a Path theme all building up to the Path to Pride in May. So
coming up to a paved road.
Yeah, good. The paved road to Pride. So
We have concrete here.
so we're not gonna ramble any longer. I'm gonna let him get his bib on, and then I'm gonna smash this pie in his face. So we'll do a countdown and start at like 10.
10.
And then that way he has a little anticipation of if I'm going to make it all the way to 1.
What?
You want to tuck that up a little closer?
Damn it.
10,
What?
9,
What?
8,
There's a
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
When you do it, you just...
His mouth was open. How does it taste? That's pretty good stuff. Oh, I'm gonna dread the day I lose.
God.
In the future, the lemon meringue may not be a bad pie to get hit in the face with because it don't really do a lot.
Well, try it in your face. God. What?
I should have done it again. So that's been Ego on Break. The pie version. Yeah. Should like knocked off all this white stuff and got some of that yellow out of it.
Oh.
But la pie. So if you like these videos, no, don't you do it to me. Oh, he did this. I thought you were gonna hit me. I ran.
I love you gonna do it good. You suck.
So hey, if you like this version of Ego on Break, like, subscribe, share, comment, and spread the word. Hey.